tier list. What do we think, gentlemen?
So what's the first game down there? What is that?
Well, we didn't play COD 1.
We did not. Neither.
We didn't play COD 2.
None of us.
Yeah.
None of us played the
Let's
first
just go ahead and
CODs.
put those away.
Matt, you
I
played
played
COD 3.
3.
Where would you put it?
I'll
It
just trust
fucking
your opinion.
bangs, brother.
Bangs?
It bangs. It's not S tier, but it's A tier. COD 3, A tier.
tier?
It's so good. It's so fucking
Yeah,
good.
but there's not much replayability though.
Dude,
When
I
was the
replayed it
last
so many
time?
times.
When was the last time you seriously went back to play Call of Duty 3?
The last time I went back to play Call of Duty 3 was literally last year.
How
Literally,
often?
Okay.
How
Literally,
often
it was last year because I found my PS2 and I was like, "Damn, I forgot my PS2 is still here." And then I opened it up in the disc tray. Call of Duty 3 was in the disc tray. And I was like, "This is amazing. This is the greatest day."
I think we compromise here. Since me and David never played it, and A seems a bit high, I say we go B.
Yeah,
That's fine.
A seems like near perfect, but not quite.
It's such a good game.
Call of Duty 4.
Modern.
God, what a good game.
Mm.
That's A tier. That's definitively A tier.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's like.
Is that easy?
That's like
there were still a lot of bugs, but like it innovated Call of Duty. It was the first online one. It the
remaster was good too.
It made Call of Duty a
the
AAA
remaster
title.
was fun until they added like
the microtransactions were bad.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. World at War.
I like World at War.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
World at War, I feel like since it added zombies, it's just a certified hood classic Call of Duty.
I think World at War is here.
Yeah. I'd give it low A.
Yeah.
You think above COD 4 or below COD 4?
No, I think it's below COD 4.
Below COD 4 just because COD 4
was better.
I'd say they're pretty close, but since you two agree with that,
they're
put
close.
It down
it's just that I think Modern Warfare's multiplayer, because the games on their own are like really good, but the multiplayer in Modern Warfare is a lot better than World at War.
I wouldn't say
from
a
lot
feel
better standpoint.
It's
like
different.
I would say like you can like quick scope and stuff like that. It feels better. But like there are also things like World at War introduced like the war game mode, which like was really fun, stuff like that, like bigger maps, vehicles, etc.
Yeah.
And so it's like they're not trying, like one's trying to be like an arcade cartoony shooter, and the other one's trying to be like a World War II recreation.
Yeah, which they've gone back to attempt to do 800 times.
Just a few.
Since
All right. Modern Warfare 2.
That's a certified S tier. That is the definitive S tier Call of Duty.
I love it.
If listen, how many games do we plan on putting in S? Because I have 2 guaranteed right now.
Who?
I have 2 more on top of Modern Warfare 2 that
on
I think
top of MW2
that are better than MW2.
Oh man,
I don't think MW2 is an S. I think it's just the highest A.
I think it'd be highest A. I agree with that.
Really?
The Spec Ops
I think it's just the highest A.
Uneventful. Campaign obviously is campaign, and the multiplayer was batshit crazy, but it was broken.
Yeah, I enjoy a chaotic multiplayer, not a broken multiplayer. That's what MW2 had. I did like the Spec Ops because they were actually fun. Unlike every other game in the series that tried to do Spec Ops, Modern Warfare 2019.
No, MW3 Spec Ops was also really
the survival. We're not up to that yet. Black Ops 1, certified S tier.
Yeah,
easy S.
You can't touch the first Black Ops game.
Black Ops 1 multiplayer was kind of dookie cheeks outside of the wager match system.
Yeah, but everything else about the game was perfect.
The progression system in multiplayer with the money, the campaign was banger. The zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, the maps.
I mean, Black Ops 1 zombies, like, besides, Kino and Ascension, and occasionally Moon. Moon was alright. Moon was like, you play the Easter egg through, like, with your friends, but it doesn't have that much replayability, because the map's hard to navigate, and it's just kind of bad.
Well, on Black Ops 1, it's fucking ugly.
Yeah, and it's also just, like...
The remaster was... Oof.
Yeah, but like we're not doing the remaster. We're doing what came on the
What
disc
came
or the
out of the box.
DLC.
Are we missing? Am I missing a map here? It's Kino, Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon. Was there another one?
Shino, no,
No,
Shino
Shino was
Numa
World at
was.
War.
Yeah.
I feel like I
There's
should
another.
know. I should know
Yeah,
this.
no,
Oh, Call of
the
the Dead.
zombies
Call of
guy.
the Dead. S
Call of the
tier.
Dead was
S
so
tier
good.
map.
Uh,
S
So
tier.
good.
I didn't like Call of Duty.
S tier.
I loved Call of the Dead.
All
I
right.
did not.
It was
like
tight. It was claustrophobic. It was
Modern Warfare 3.
A.
good.
I say
didn't-
top of B.
No.
That
No.
is.
If you're gonna put World at War in A, you got to put MW3 at A because MW3 had great multiplayer and it fixed all the the broken shit MW2 had. MW2 is a high A for nostalgia factor, running around with the intervention with your boys, but MW3 for gameplay itself was objectively better.
Counterpoint. The campaign was not nearly as close to being as good as the first two Modern Warfares.
Okay, but
Sure.
also you play the campaign once. You play the multiplayer for 30, 40 days.
I mean, I think I've played through Modern Warfare 2 at least 3 times.
Okay, 3 times, which is what? Maybe
Still
15 hours combined?
I still remember all of it.
Yeah, I still remember all of it because sometimes I'll watch it, but like,
What do
it's
you
not-
remember about Modern Warfare 3 minus Soap dying and Makarov hanging? You don't remember anything.
those are 2 pretty fucking iconic moments
But
in
you
the
don't
Call of Duty
remember
franchise.
anything else in that game.
No. I literally talked to Matt earlier today about the mission where you're fighting in New York City streets.
Yeah, but that's like the opening mission. There's 3 memorable moments, and it's that opening mission where you're fighting through New
Name
York.
more than 3
and
moments
Soap
about the
dying
MW2
and Makarov.
campaign.
I mean,
Name more than 3.
there's a lot.
Name them.
No Russian, Shepherd.
Okay, 1.
What was the
2.
other one?
Death.
When you're in the neighborhood, that map was mission was fucking crazy.
Yeah, where you're
What,
going
the-
through
the
the neighborhood
running one?
with the APC.
And they have to go into the burger town.
MW3,
Burger Town, dude.
MW3 had that same mission, except you were riding on a fucking
The opening mission on the bridge where
thing.
Shepard gets you.
Rangers
the
lead the
trial
way.
run. The
So
trial
good.
run at the beginning of the game. The time trial.
Where it was actually fucking difficult.
Yeah.
time trial. That's only if you fucking sweat, try to get like high scores and shit like that.
I say top of B.
Yeah.
No.
I would
It's
give
an
it top
A,
of
it's
B.
an A tier. If you're gonna put MW1 and World at War in
They
A,
are
you have to put
objectively-
MW3.
I think they
Objectively
are as
more
a whole,
complete games than Modern Warfare 3.
More complete
as a
games.
total
Are you
package.
kidding?
Better campaign. I enjoy the multiplayer better.
Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare was the most broken game of the entire fucking list. You could jump up and get out of the map on every single one.
And that was
How are
fun.
you gonna say? That's not a part of it.
I think that
That's
as a total
unfinished.
package.
But you wanted to put Modern Warfare 2 in S tier. And all you could do is
Yes,
sit on
because
top of
it's
a
nostalgia
roof.
factor.
You could sit on top of a roof with one-man army and get a nuke with fucking noob tubes.
Yeah, if you want to be a bitch about it.
But you could do
Real
it.
men got nukes with the intervention, and that's what I did, and that's what I remember.
Didn't do that.
I say
Well,
top
that's
of B.
because
I think it's a top of B.
I
yeah.
say top of B. That's
As a
2 out of
total
3.
package, assessment, it is top of B.
Okay. Black Ops 2. A tier. It's S tier. I mean S tier.
I
S
think it's
tier.
better than Black. It's better than Black Ops 1.
You think
Yeah.
I mean, Die
better than
I
Rise
think-
and the Transit?
Mob of the Dead and Origins.
Yeah, but that was like 6 months into the game's life cycle. Zombies was
That
almost
doesn't.
dead.
That
at
doesn't
that
matter.
point.
This is a retrospective on the game itself. If you were to load it up on your Xbox right now, what could you do?
Not play the first 2 maps that lasted 6 months of the game's life cycle.
That doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, but the content cycle, right? The way they went about delivering the content is not a part. It is the content itself.
It is what you would get if you loaded the game up right now.
Yeah.
That is what we're judging this off of. That is what was decided before we started.
Okay, well, I personally think Black Ops 1 is better. Do you two both agree that Black Ops 2 is better?
Black Ops 2 is better, definitively.
I
say yes.
think Black Ops 2 is literally a smidge better.
Okay, then I guess it goes.
I
there.
think they're both.
I really think it's definitively better.
For me personally, right, playing both of them, I think they're very much on par.
Listen, I
But I
think
think that the setting of Black Ops 2 just nailed
it's
it
the
for me.
best futuristic Call of Duty
Yeah.
easily.
I think
I'm
the
not even.
setting
Does it even count as
just killed it.
futuristic
It was
anymore?
awesome.
Because it's supposed to be 4
It's
years from
true.
now.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, what the
Like,
fuck?
We're
What the
old.
fuck? But
like,
I
Jesus.
think Black Ops 2 has the best multiplayer of any Call of Duty. I
Yeah.
think story-wise, it's top 3 with Modern Warfare and Black Ops.
Best
Modern Warfare 2
multiplayer event.
and Black Ops 1.
I don't think.
I
I don't
love Black
think.
Ops 2 multiplayer.
I don't think any Treyarch game has objectively better multiplayer than MW2 or MW3.
I think Black
Like
Ops 2 is.
for
I think Black.
for
Yeah, I would
playability.
feel that Black Ops 2 is
I
just the
don't.
best multiplayer.
I don't like the pick 10 system as much because
That's fair.
I'd prefer to have 3 perks, my main gun and a secondary. But I could like that's just
It's just
That's a
stylistic.
personal preference.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I also the thing about Treyarch games is they're very often supposed to be more cartoony,
yeah.
and that's not as much what I want out of an SPS. It's why I don't like Cold War as much as Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah.
But like that's just yet again stylistic stuff that yeah.
I mean,
And that's the thing though, is I feel like because of you two, we're just gonna end up with Treyarch games and S, which I think is completely unfair to Infinity Ward, which have just as much of a say as to why Call of Duty is such the massive franchise.
I would say that Modern Warfare 2 could get the bump up to S. I just don't want 3 games in S. Like if we're saying
we can go back and refilter at the end.
Yeah.
My last take on Black Ops 2, the one thing holding it down is zombies. It has 2 of the worst maps and 2 of the best maps, but the 2 worst maps were the first half of the game, and I remember being very unhappy for the first 6 months of the game's life cycle, being stuck with Die-Rise and Transit.
I'm gonna say something extremely controversial right now.
Are you gonna say Transit's a good map?
I wasn't gonna say it was a good map. I was gonna say it's definitively not even close to the worst. When it comes to content that you can do on that map, there is so much more than most other maps.
It's just broken, and it's just really just tedious for no reason.
The thing is, it has to be because it had to play to the 360's capabilities.
Yeah,
if you make a map like Transit on the Series X that could carry so much more shit, it would be a top 5 zombies map of all time.
I mean, that's pushing it, but I think it would certainly be top
because
10.
you wouldn't have had to have the smoke, you wouldn't have had to have the denizens. It would be like a better version of Outbreak. Like significantly better. Yes, but Outbreak sucks because it's just linear. But imagine fighting Avogadro on like 1080p or 4K. You go through the entire map. You can wander the cornfields. Like all this shit in like high definition. Outbreak sucks because it's just supposed to be the secondary game mode that they created because they needed a content filler.
Yeah, that's
Transit, if you have the graphics to where you're able to do all this stuff, and the jet gun's maybe a little bit better than it was, maybe it doesn't break, then it's fine. You could even make it to where the jet gun didn't break when you did it, like when you used it. It really wasn't that hard.
Yeah, you could have just had it like the paralyzer, or just
exactly. You just kind of had to tap it and train, but people just kind of have this. That's the thing that annoys me about the zombies community is there's kind of this blind hatred of Transit when, like, realistically, what else are you gonna get on a 360?
Well, I think Die-Rise is worse. I really did not like Die-Rise. I mean, after Black Ops 4, Transit looks a lot better. It's just that a lot of things were tedious. They were just annoying to play. But the maps itself probably isn't terrible. The mechanics of the map are.
I kind of liked and disliked Die-Rise because it did give us a lot of important mechanics in zombies, like the buildable system,
Transit had that.
Yeah, but Transit only had like 1 or 2 things.
Remember, you had to juggle the fucking
You'd build the turbine. Yeah, you build the turbine.
Annoying. That was so fucking annoying.
Like it added like the trample steam and like all. Dude, the trample steam's iconic, bro.
I remember so many fucking times slapping on the side of a goddamn building because that stupid shit.
No, dude, I remember getting free perks all the time by getting the
Oh, because
fucking
you sit in the elevator.
bouncing monkeys and
Yeah.
you just kind of camp there.
All right, that's
I
enough.
really think I had a
That's
lot
enough
of
of
fun at
Black Ops 2.
I had a lot of fun at Die Rise. Like honestly,
Also, Buried was very good. Nobody talks about that map in that game.
Buried was really good. It's just kind of forgotten because it happened right
Origins
before
and Mob.
Origins. Yeah, like the thing is, like Buried standalone is a phenomenal map, but it just doesn't add anything to like the like storyline. The Easter egg
Just
was
doesn't add anything.
mediocre.
Yeah. We could tier list the
The
zombies maps, but I don't think you guys play Black Ops 4 at all. So.
I didn't play. We could always just put Black Ops 4 in like a Black Ops 4 category.
Oh, I mean, I know where I'm putting it, but
Yeah.
let's go to Call of
Probably.
Duty Ghosts. This is an interesting one.
Ghosts. I'd put B or C.
What?
Honestly.
I would go D or C. I would not go F. I
I
didn't
would
hate
put
it.
C.
I would go C because I liked a lot of what the game was trying to do. I liked the style. I liked the ideas and the concepts. I think the executions, as a large part, failed. I'm not gonna lie, the dog marketing absolutely got me.
It got all of us.
They literally went, look at this dog, and I was like, I don't care what this game costs, I'm buying it. It's a lovely looking dog.
Listen, I cannot put Call of Duty Ghosts remotely close to B. I don't
That's
even
fair.
I don't even want to put it in C. I would say it's middle to bottom of D.
Like, I think as a total package with the like alien fucking extinction shit, it's a D. If you literally took out extinction, it's a better game.
I don't know.
I think Extinction was okay.
That was a lot of fun at first.
Extinction was okay. It just
Extinction.
didn't have any replayability.
hated it.
Like you beat
Okay,
it once
but
and that was it.
You guys are forgetting one very important thing. This is the only Call of Duty in which you could have Snoop Dogg voice your stuff.
That is so true. S tier that game.
S for Snoop.
Baby. Put it
S
in.
for Snoop.
Put it in.
But like
Absolutely
as a
not.
whole, like I think the amount of customization that you could do with your actual character, instead of them just going, "Here's a dude."
Yeah,
Go wild.
here's what one team looks like. Here's what the other team looks
Yeah,
like. Like you could actually control like what player you used and like.
I like the ability
know.
to kind of create mini squads. So like,
Now,
I'm a nerd, right?
Call
I
of-
like all of my characters looking different
Yeah.
for different classes and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it feels better. Like, why is a tiny Asian woman carrying around an LMG and she's wearing like a tank top? That doesn't make any sense. That's
Matt
stupid.
uses Mara in Warzone? By the
You
way?
want to know why? Because I don't have the option
Because
to
you like
change
shitty.
my character. That too, but I don't have the option to change my character based on my loadout. In Ghost, they kind of do give you that ability.
I have
and
to
I
say
enjoyed that.
I have to say this. Call of Duty Ghost started the downfall of Call of Duty.
No.
I don't think it started it, but it was
It
definitely
was the beginning
like, a
of
downfall.
the end.
No.
It was the moment where everyone like kind of saw where it was going.
The multiplayer was boring. Name one
It
map.
was.
Name one map from Call of Duty Ghost.
Strike Zone.
Well,
I don't even know.
I can't.
The only map I remember is the castle one and the one that's like the ice fishing town.
I
That's it.
remember the gas station. I had a gas station with a bunch of sand. That's all I remember.
I literally don't remember.
Octane? Octane.
The campaign was.
You're thinking of, I think, Whiteout.
The campaign was weird
Terrible.
for no
And
reason, and then ended.
Stonehaven was so fun to snipe on.
And then ended on a stupid cliffhanger that nobody gave a shit about.
And it never got continued.
Yeah, and it never will because the game sucked. And then
Yeah.
Extinction was fun for like 20 minutes. I beat the first map, and then I never played it again.
Yeah. They gave it like 3 updates for just Extinction stuff as well.
And the
think no one
guns
played it.
were shit. The only
guns were
memorable
dope.
thing from Call of Duty
What?
Ghost, the only
Has-
memorable thing from Ghost is the dog and the honey badger. That's it.
Honey Badger is goated.
That's it.
But I mean,
I'm keeping it in D. I don't agree.
Yeah, I'm happy with
I
keeping it at D. I'm happy with keeping it at D.
I think there are worse games, but
there are definitely worse games, but I think as a
Cold
whole
War.
package,
I'd rather play Ghost than Cold War.
Black
Same.
Ops 3.
That's.
I'd say
I'd say A.
above Modern Warfare 3.
No.
I say
Because the jetpack was A.
I say
but-
middle of B just because the only redeeming quality in that game to me is the zombies, and the zombies is incredible.
If
Okay,
the only redeeming quality of the game is just zombies, and it's only one thing out of the entire game, I don't think that's worthy of B.
But how good is the zombies?
Okay.
It's
It's not
incredible.
good enough to
Well,
push it to
one,
B.
the zombies is good because it also gave you most of the old maps
Yeah.
that we already judged other Call of Duties for.
But
and
we're
put two of
judging
them
off
as-
DLCs. And plus
Yes,
Horizon Drac,
but-
Shadows of Evil. Hello?
Shadows wasn't that good.
Shadows is good.
Wasn't that
If when you
Shadow-
learn the
it
map,
wasn't like
Shadows
that
was good.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that good. It wasn't like a top.
The giants on
map.
there.
That's just right.
Yeah, but it's new and it looked good.
It's not new. It's the
Listen,
same map. Just Google translated the name.
The campaign sucks. The campaign is terrible.
I
I didn't
think
even finish
a
it.
large portion of Black
I
Ops
would
3
like
is
to
actually
say-
a bad game. I don't
Black
enjoy
Ops
it.
3 is a
I
bad
would like
game
to
except
say-
for zombies. I agree.
Then you can't put it in B.
Does
It's
not
a
make it
bad
B
game.
tier.
But
Yeah,
the zombies
buy
is
that
so
argument.
good.
But
It's not.
Nick, if you let me talk, I'm gonna back you up here. Black Ops 3, for many reasons on the multiplayer, was kind of bad. It was mostly due to the amount of RNG that kind of determined whether or not you get the guns or not. Which is why me and my friends stuck to League play for a long time, because you couldn't use the new DLC weapons that were just completely broken.
That's true.
And League play, as well as the pro COD scene in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 3 alone, had this thing where you would ban and protect certain weapons, certain attachments, certain perks, which would mean that you had to be an overall much better COD player. You couldn't just have the crutch that we do now of just using the Krig, or just using the MP5, or just using whatever gun you want to. You had to be good in case someone would ban that. You had to be good with many weapons. Because if you're not up to protect first, then you're not going to get your gun.
That's like
you're not going to get your perks.
Like Rainbow Six Siege, where they ban operators, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so certain things.
But that's fine, but it's in a small subsection of the game.
It's really it really wasn't that small. League play for a substantial part of the time was played just as much.
But you shouldn't have to divert to League play.
Why is that diverting? Because
like,
I mean, it's still
by the same
multiplayer.
amount of people.
It is still multiplayer. But my point is, right, for a casual player to not run into a broken and terrible experience.
We're not talking about the casual player. We're talking about
we're talking about the game as a whole. We're talking about the total package of the game.
Well, then half the people played League play.
That's fine, but you have to remember, right? With the entire game, for the average COD player to not run into a broken and terrible experience, they should not have to hop into League play in order to do that. Normal multiplayer should be an acceptable avenue of gameplay. It should not be, well, you can play normal multiplayer, but it'll be a terrible experience because all the guns in there are actually broken.
It wasn't
But if you go to League, you'll be like, okay, but you'll still get shit on.
It really wasn't that bad of an experience. It was.
I just think that Black Ops 3 is
annoying
a terrible
to get
game.
by a gun that you didn't have.
I hated everything about Black Ops 3.
They also didn't add any of the DLC guns to zombies, which is very frustrating.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't enjoy.
Never added any of them.
They added the more. I distinctly remember using the Marshall
90% of Black Ops 3
and the crossbows.
Were those DLC?
Yes.
Maybe they added them as like specialists. But like the actual guns, they didn't add in.
They definitely added them as actual guns because you could the
I remember the crossbows. I remember the crossbows.
Were fucking ridiculously good.
They added
because
like random.
You'd never run out of ammo.
Yeah, but they added a bunch of like assault rifles and SMGs into multiplayer, and they did not bring any of them to zombies.
I just can't sit here and go, yeah, a game we all agree is a bad game, but we're gonna put it at B. Like it's just a bad game.
Zombies was really good. League play was a lot of fun.
I think it has the best zombies of any game.
That's only because it has all of the other maps.
This system was really good. Double Pack-a-Punch was great. The Gobblegum system was great. The new perks were great. The new maps were great. Zombies Chronicles was great.
Oh my god, no way.
They weren't even new.
The only bad one maybe was Zetsubo.
No.
I say
understand.
middle. I say middle of
Shadows
B.
was mediocre.
I say middle B.
Listen, you can put it there. I would put it at best C.
Revelations was ass. Can we at least agree
Revelations
on
was
that?
ass.
Yeah, like I was like, I'm forgetting the name of one, but it was the one that had like everything combined, and it was absolute
didn't,
doo-doo
it
shit.
didn't fit
Revelations
my
suck.
agenda.
Yeah.
The first 3
Revelations
maps were good.
sucked me. The thing is, I don't think that it should be allowed to use Zombies Chronicles because it was literally just that's a part of 2 other games we already judged. It was just prettier colors. Like I don't.
They were pretty.
I
though.
also think. I
The
also
colors
think.
were pretty.
I think a lot of those maps got worse because you were able to abuse the system in Black Ops 3 and just survive indefinitely.
Some of them did get worse.
Origins used to be legitimately difficult. I also just hit a home run with Robin Roberts, and he has 10 power because I'm the fucking greatest player to ever touch the sticks.
Congratulations.
But that's besides the point.
So even in like the best game mode, with the best maps, it still got worse over time.
It
because
didn't
the
get.
maps were abusable.
It wasn't necessarily worse. Some
It got
maps
less enjoyable.
got a lot better, and some maps were not as good as the originals, just
No,
because of the system.
There were really no maps that got much better. It would have been slight improvements because like Pack-a-Punch or certain perk systems are just annoying to go get on certain maps. But like Origins got so much easier, and that's not a part of
Yeah,
Origins.
but if you wanted to make it easier, you could.
Origins was meant to be the
That's
hardest
totally
game
true.
mode.
If you wanted it to be easy, it would be though. If you could just pop a round robin when the Panzer comes out on round 8, then yeah, obviously it's easy. But if you didn't use megas and you didn't pay to do better, then it was still the same experience.
Yeah, but if you say
Yeah,
here
but
and
why
go,
should I
this
have
is
to?
the definitively difficult
Yeah,
experience,
why
a
should I
player
have
should not
to
have to handicap
There's
intentionally?
literally
Yeah.
world record leaderboards. It's mega gobblegums and classic gobblegums. You don't have to use the
Okay,
megas.
none of us are going for the world record, so I
But
don't
I'm
know why
just
you're
saying,
bringing.
people play with megas and then classics.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
but
people
again,
also
if
play
you
with one
advertise,
arm.
yeah, that's true.
I did see that guy.
You can't advertise this is the hardest experience that you will have in a zombies mode, and yet like 2 weeks later, people are like, this is actually super easy.
I think middle B.
I still
It's
still
either
say
low
C.
B or high C.
I still think it's C.
I'm gonna keep it in B, and we should move on to the next game.
Fine.
I forgot Advanced Warfare. That came out in 2014. Black Ops 3
That
came out in
sucks. That's
15.
an F.
Oh,
I
I
played
thought
Advanced Warfare
it
for a
really
week.
wasn't
I
that
hated
bad.
it.
It was better
Advanced
than
It was
Ghost.
an F.
It was better than Ghost.
You want my opinion? I say top of C, motherfucker.
That's ridiculous.
I
I
liked
say
hated
top
Advanced
that
of
game
C
so
as
much.
well.
I liked
I
Advanced
hated that
Warfare.
game.
Advanced Warfare gets a lot of hate because there were a lot of people who couldn't get the movement system down because that was the first jetpack Call of Duty, but it was also definitively the best
I
jetpack Call
agree.
of Duty
I
multiplayer.
fucking agree.
It was
I hated
definitively the
it
best
It
so
had
much.
the
jetpack
best
COD
movement
multiplayer.
system. The only downside of Advanced Warfare was the microtransactions.
Yes, the
Yeah.
only downside of Advanced Warfare is that the guns actually wouldn't change how good the gun was. Like the Moors one shot would make it so much better.
Yeah,
Battle Obsidian Siege,
you could-
Speakeasy for the ASM
you could
one.
literally
Oh my
pay for
God.
blueprints that added more damage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
ridiculously dumb. I
Yeah.
hate
But
it.
also, this was one of the first Call of Duties that allowed you to customize literally every little part of your character.
Gloves and everything. I
Yeah,
remember that.
Like,
which is
down-
cool, but as a whole,
down-
I fucking hated this game.
Yeah, well, you're outnumbered here, boss.
I know, and that's
You
fine.
said you played for 3 weeks. Nick and
And
I put
literally,
hours.
that is how
I really
terrible
like
it
this
was.
game. I like this game.
I really liked it. It
played
gets a
every
lot
day
of
for
hate
3
for
weeks,
no
and it was
reason.
awful for me.
I liked the
It gets
campaign
a lot of hate
enough.
for no reason.
I liked the campaign enough. I thought Kevin Spacey was good, even though he's a fucking
Yeah.
train section.
nonce.
Yeah,
The multiplayer was good.
People.
The zombies was either really good or really bad,
It was
depending on the map.
awful.
Depending on the map, it was either really good or really
that
bad.
underwater map was fire,
Yes, is that
bro. That
Descent?
final
It
fight
was so
scene.
bad.
Descent,
I think it's
think.
Descent. Yeah,
that
that
was a
final
good
fight
map.
scene. The Calderizer was so fun to use, bro.
I agree. We actually agree on something. Unfucking believable.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen again. Someone
What-
clip that.
What came out in 2016? Was it World War II? I think it was World
I
War
think-
II.
Maybe.
That sounds about right.
I think World War II. I guess top of D.
How? Literally how?
I liked the multiplayer, and that was about it.
Like,
I think it's better than
like,
Ghosts.
I don't.
I don't.
That
I really
game was
don't.
terrible in every way. It
The
The
was.
only
sniping was
Here's the
good.
thing. At least Ghosts functioned.
yeah.
World War II.
World War
didn't
II for like
function.
half of its game cycle wouldn't let you into the same lobby as people because they had that weird waiting area thing. I was gonna say the only cool part about that was the fact that in the waiting area you could literally 1v1
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
And that's it. That the most
That's
fun
it.
part of the game wasn't even in an actual game.
I
That's
think
it.
I do not remember a
If
single
any
thing from the
game
campaign.
cannot function, it is not a good game.
To be fair, they did rework the entire game like halfway through.
Yes,
They reworked
but
all of the
An
perks. They
entire
reworked the
rework.
whole perk system.
If you were talking life cycle, like
Oh, I
with
know. I stopped
like
playing it.
yeah, like we're playing the life cycle card here that you brought up
I mean,
earlier, and
it's in D. We think it's better than Ghost, or
It's
you think
F.
it's worse
It's
than
F.
Ghost?
it's an F tier
It's
game.
F.
It's an F tier game.
think it's low D, if
Well,
anything.
I think
you are
Call of Duty World
outnumbered.
War II is the worst
It is not
Call of
F
Duty
tier
game.
when
I
Black
think it's
Ops
the
4 and an Infinite
worst.
Warfare exist.
Infinite
It is
Warfare had a
the
fun multiplayer
worst.
system.
World War II is
Well,
the
Infinite
worst.
It
Warfare was
stays
a
in
lot
D
more.
for now.
Infinite
No, it does
Warfare.
not.
No, you are outnumbered, Nick.
I want to go to the next game,
As-
then we'll redo it because I need to make my points on Black Ops 4.
Fine.
Mostly.
All right, go ahead.
Wait, what came out first? Infinite Warfare?
I think IW, yeah.
Infinite Warfare. I do not remember a single thing about this game, and the only reason why I bought it was to get COD 4 remastered. I would put it in F.
You know what you're forgetting about? Good day,
Zombies in
fleshy mammals.
Spaceland.
Good day, fleshy mammals.
What?
That was the best part.
I can't.
That's what
speak-
when
I
you
can't
would
speak
go
on this
when you
game.
would go to the shop. That's what the robot would tell you.
I swear to God, I'm like a level 4 in that game, dude. I did not play it.
So if
I
you didn't
never
play
bought
it,
it.
how? If you
I
didn't
played
play
a
it, how
couple
is
of
your
games.
opinion this
I played a
definitive?
couple of games. It was so fucking boring that I turned it off.
I literally never bought it because it looked like ass.
It was terrible. The graphics were horrible. The game came out in
It- well,
2017 and it
the
looked like it was
graphics
a
weren't
fucking
that
Nintendo
bad.
DS game.
Graphics weren't
It
bad.
it wasn't good.
I think it's F.
Everyone I talked to who bought the game hated it.
The only
I
thing
never bought it because it looked terrible. The story, like I will look at the story for every Call of Duty game. Like at the time I thought it was boring. Now I can't even remember it.
the most memorable thing was killing Conor McGregor.
And I didn't even know he was in the game.
Exactly. And I think Jon Snow was the main bad guy, and I never got to that point because the campaign dragged on for so goddamn long.
I think objectively, like I put it in didn't play because like I literally never played it
Yeah, it sounds like both of you really didn't play that game.
because I never bought it.
I got very deep in the campaign, and it was just fucking boring.
Okay, so you played the campaign and you're a level 4.
I don't think I'm a level 4, but I'm certainly not more than 20.
Okay, point still stands. You did not play that game
Because
enough.
it was bad.
You probably got pub stomped in your first few games
If
and got
pub
frustrated and went
stomps?
over to.
If a Call of Duty game, which is brain off, shoot, gun, have fun, cannot keep someone in the early stages where you're literally put in matches to do nothing but succeed, because Call of Duty is a game where it is built as much as possible to make sure that you do not suck.
There was no
Yet,
skill base at the
It
time, though.
does.
Yeah, there wasn't skill based.
Yeah,
at the
there
time.
was no skill base in Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, correct. But still, like the entire franchise is from the ground up built to make it so that you're at like it makes it so you can still get 15 kills in a normal multiplayer.
Yeah, you
game.
should be able to manage in any
But
game.
regardless of that, it just sucked. If a Call of Duty game cannot keep me playing, I can't. And no one I knew played this game for more than 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was bad. It was boring.
Because they all said the campaign is boring, dragged on too long, nothing was memorable, the multiplayer was terrible, nothing about this is fun.
I agree.
And that is the legacy of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Black Ops 4.
I Played it for 3 months
you
and
have your
didn't enjoy
little
it.
rant.
Neither of you played this game, right?
I played it for 4 months. I didn't enjoy
Oh,
it.
you did? 4 months?
Yeah.
Okay. I
I tried to squeeze every bit of
would
content out of that game,
I
and
would
it was all bad.
I would argue that it's the worst Call of Duty of all time.
I can't when World War II is there.
Yeah,
Literally.
no.
Okay, it's the worst because of the expectations. Nobody really expected World War II to be that great. People expected Black Ops 4 to be good, and it had the Black Ops title. And it was so disappointing right from the get-go.
Okay, but your expectations about a game do not make a game good or bad.
It was everybody's expectations. The hype around this game was ridiculous.
It still doesn't
Hype doesn't
matter.
factor in.
Hype matters.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
Hype matters.
No,
No,
like a game can disappoint you, right, from a hype perspective, but still be very good. A game can disappoint you from a hype perspective and be terrible, right? Every individual person's expectations for a game differ. I had no hype for Black Ops 4. From everything I saw about it, I like, this is not going to be good. From everything I heard that leaked, I was like, this is probably not going to be good.
It was.
So I had very, very low expectations. But at least the game could match make. World War II couldn't.
I never had an issue with World War II, and I played that game religiously.
God. I really don't know how you never had a problem.
Everyone on the planet.
I distinctly remember taking 20+ minutes just to even get in a game with my friends.
Everyone on the planet could not play World War II.
I was fine.
You are the only person.
You are the only person, literally the only person to ever experience that.
I got like diamond snipers in like 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, you wanna know why you got diamond snipers in 2 weeks? Because you got into bot lobbies. Because no other human could get into a game.
Well, actually, no, I played War. The War game was fun.
You're a little dork.
Yeah.
Black Ops 4.
It's a bad game. Black Ops 4 is a bad game.
Black Ops 4 had no campaign. It had a pay-to-play battle royale when Fortnite was out.
Yeah.
The multiplayer, I don't remember. I remember being very disappointed by it, and I remember not having very much fun. I thought the specialist system was fucking stupid. It copy and pasted the one from Black Ops 3 and somehow made it worse, and I didn't even enjoy it in Black Ops 3. The zombies is the worst zombies we have had, except maybe World War II.
World War II was fucking
World War II zombies sucked. It's probably the second worst zombies of any game. I would say Infinite Warfare zombies is better than Black Ops 4 zombies.
Yeah.
Just because the maps were terrible. The system was terrible. The perks were terrible. The characters, outside of the main characters, the new ones, I think Chaos Story, nobody gave a shit. It was just bad.
I mean, yeah, nothing you're saying here is wrong.
They wasted the Titanic on a launch map that was atrocious. The only memorable, I think, 9 was good in that game. 9 was a pretty good map. I've heard people say Ancient Evil was good, but by the time that map came out, I stopped playing. Because it was just so bad. So yeah, I think it's the worst game. Worse than Infinite Warfare and World War II.
I can't.
I really...
World War II had a total budget of like 200 million.
Is that a lot?
Right, total budget. Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't know how much games cost.
The game did not function.
It literally would not.
It functioned for me.
You are the only person. Again, you know how in Modern Warfare 2019, when you're in a party and you get disconnected, at least you could get into a party.
Yeah, like
World War II, you could not do that.
It would put you in like that little lobby by yourself, and then anytime you tried to connect,
well, that hub area was fucking stupid. Listen, I'm not arguing that I'm not arguing that it's a good game. I still think it's bottom 3, but I think it deserves to be slightly above F tier.
It shouldn't be above F tier. It should absolutely be in F tier.
It is by very definition an F tier.
I don't want to. I'm not putting 3 games in F tier.
After life cycle,
because there are 3 games that are in F tier.
There are 3 games that deserve to be in F tier in Call of Duty history.
like my whole stance of why
Nerd
Black Ops 4
Core.
is better than World War II is at least the game functioned.
It did.
Yeah, you
I
could get
could-
into
I
matches.
could
You
show
could play
you
matches.
if
the
I
game
was rec-
sucks.
If
the
I
game
was
terrible,
recording
but you
my
could
fucking
play a
gameplay,
match.
if I was recording my gameplay playing Black Ops 4 Zombies, I disconnected at least once a day. I either got kicked back
At
to
least
the
you
I got
got
kicked back
into
to
a
the
game to be
dashboard.
disconnected
I either got
from.
kicked back to the dashboard or I got fucking connection interrupted and I got kicked out of the game. Every
But notice
single
how
day.
you still got into a game.
I would rather not get into a game than get kicked out in the middle of a game.
I would much rather have the
I would
ability
rather
to
at
play
least be
the
able
game
to
a little
play
bit.
the game that I spent $60.
I would
for.
rather not have all of my progress thrown away after playing zombies for
If
2
it-
hours
if
on
it
round
ha-
40.
if it happens once a day, I'd prefer that over
Every
not being
single
able
time
to
you play the
actually
game.
Play the game.
That's literally the main point is Black Ops 4 sucked and was terrible, but at least you could get into a game. World War II, a large majority of the player base literally could not.
It also
And
did
that is
not
why it
have
is
a
the
campaign.
worst.
It also
It
did
didn't have a
not have a
campaign.
campaign.
And that, yeah, it didn't. But again, it functioned.
And it had Blackout.
Yeah, but it functioned. It
Wasn't
sucked,
Blackout,
but it
like,
functioned.
I heard from a lot of people that Blackout actually was kind of fun.
It was,
But-
except nobody played it. It was a bug in my room. Hold on.
Nice. Good kill. Top frag
Poggers.
already?
Did I get it?
I don't know, did
Oh,
you?
yeah, he's a goner.
He's down.
Be gone.
Yeah, he's down.
Target
Self-resing?
down. Crack.
Hold on, I'll be back.
Finish thirst. But yeah, like I think World War II is objectively the worst Call of Duty game of all time because it didn't function. It had enough of a
literally
budget to
could not
function.
play.
The campaign sucked. Like I'd rather have no campaign than a campaign that sucks.
Yep.
I'd rather have the content not be there than the content be there and be a waste of my time.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Because-
waste my time because I want those goddamn achievements.
Because as a human being, right, the worst thing you can do to someone for an entertainment perspective is have them feel like they wasted their time. I don't want to waste my time on something and be disappointed by it. I want to spend my time on things I enjoy. And if you're gonna be like the content we would have made would have been garbage, so we're not gonna put it in there. Good, great. I don't want to play terrible content,
Yeah,
but
if it's
don't
a
put
wa-
something
if
in there
it's-
that's going to suck.
If it's a waste of the time of the people that make it and the people that play it, and a waste of money for everyone, just don't even put it in there.
Don't put it in.
What
It's that
game?
simple.
What game?
Still Black Ops
Well,
4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, and
Added to a game that should have been added because it was a waste. That is Black Ops 4's fucking MO with the amount of dog shit maps that were in that game. Especially
yeah,
with
like it
zombies.
sucks.
Alpha
sucks.
Omega.
I agree, but my point of it sucked, but it functioned.
Blood of the Dead. That was a mockery to mob.
Yeah, it sucked.
Okay.
All right,
We
I've
all
had
agree.
enough.
It's an
The
F.
game,
You
the
could
game's
actually play
terrible.
it.
Game's terrible. You can't play it. It always fucking glitched out for me.
Nice
You're
game.
the-
Modern.
you're the ol-
That's enough. Modern Warfare 2019.
That's a B tier game.
It is B.
Certified B.
I say top of C.
Nope.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm okay with putting it in there because
think-
Spec
I
Ops
think
was fucking dog shit.
I think it's the lowest B tier game because it introduced the gunsmith, which is fucking innovative. In
I
Call of
like
Duty,
the
and
gunsmith.
I love the
It's
gunsmith.
absolutely amazing. So it is the lowest
Every-
in B tier.
Everything Modern Warfare added was really good, and I enjoyed it. I think the feel of the game, for me personally, is great. I love how it feels to play.
Yeah,
I
like how
love
it
the
feels.
weapon choice.
I like how like dead silence instead of just a perk that you can just run around with, you actually have to wait and use
God,
it
I hate that.
strategically in certain
Yeah,
moments.
I like having
Because
to
it's
like
no, it's
use
no
my
longer
brain
a
a little bit.
crutch for the nerds that
Yeah,
just
so
run
Ghost is
around
a
and
crutch
try and figure
instead.
out- Yeah, but if you're playing search and destroy, like
I can
how-
hear a dude running
yeah,
Ghost.
how often is someone gonna get a UAV?
You can't hear somebody if they're sitting in a corner with Ghost.
Okay, but if they're
Okay,
moving, which
No,
is
there's
what
there's
people
an
do.
objective to play.
They're usually not moving though. You played Modern Warfare enough to know the camping that happened in that game was fucking
Well,
ridiculous.
That's not my problem. I'll shit on the nerds anyway. I don't care.
I
Just hit him in
think
the head.
you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of this game.
Yeah. I'm okay with it being in C.
I
Like
would
the
say
placement is good.
I would say I like the gunplay a lot. I think the
Yeah.
gunplay is very good. I think the movement is good enough. I thought the maps were terrible. At least the launch maps were terrible. I mean,
Launch map for outside of Shoot House, everything was kind
yeah,
of meh.
most people just played shoot the ship all year.
Yeah,
The
which fine.
the campaign was fun.
The
It was
maps
very
weren't
good.
really that bad.
Grozny. The campaign was good.
I really didn't hate Grozny that much. I don't see your
fucking
reason.
hate
I hated
Grozny.
Grozny.
I
And
don't see your reason for it.
Arklov. I fucking hate
Both of those
Arklov
maps
too.
for Search and Destroy are really good, and that's
I-
all we play.
Well,
I
we
liked
never played. We
Arklov.
never played Grozny because I would always back us out.
Yeah, Grozny I think sucked. I
Piccadilly.
think Arklov was okay. Arklov was okay if you played Search and Destroy. Anything else, it was terrible. I
Piccadilly?
think Shoot House was good. Piccadilly was
Piccadilly was
by
also good.
far.
Piccadilly
good on
was
Search.
terrible, but it was not as terrible on Search.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like the whole thing with Modern Warfare is the maps are terrible unless they're on Search outside of like 5.
And the third
Like,
game mode is non-existent. No
Yeah,
one
like,
gives a
I
shit
think
about Spec Ops.
Spec Ops was literally
It was terrible.
launched as I think a PlayStation exclusive to start.
No,
And-
the Survival was a PlayStation exclusive, and then they had Spec Ops on the Warzone map or the Ground War maps, and it was just you running around facing really overpowered enemies for some reason.
Yeah, they were bullet sponges.
Yeah.
But if I remember, I thought that Spec Ops as a whole came together. But I know Survival was an exclusive. I tried Survival. The enemies on Survival, you can actually kill.
Yeah, Survival's fun. I like that, especially from Modern Warfare 3. I like Survival.
Yeah. Spec Ops, I tried to
terrible.
play.
I played
I
it once.
really tried to play.
Modern Warfare 3 was called Spec Ops, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And there was Survival
Because-
in Spec Ops.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember playing Spec Ops with my dad on couch co-op on MW2. I remember like going online and doing Spec Ops with friends in MW3 and Survival. And it was so fun. And then I tried to do that again in Modern Warfare, and it took me literally 2 hours to complete one mission.
Yeah,
Because
it
you
was
can't
bad.
kill the enemies. You can't kill the enemies. But I think the fact that you could not get into parties for like the first
Oh, don't even.
half of the
Oh
game.
my God,
the,
we still
the
couldn't
party
get in
issues,
them.
like it's still difficult.
It's 2 years
but
into the game, and we get kicked
yeah.
out after every fucking game.
The connectivity issues trying to play with friends brings this game down so much.
It also introduced
Okay.
skill-based matchmaking.
Okay. But there's also a critical thing you guys are forgetting. This is the first cross-platform COD.
That is a very big
Yeah.
positive.
Like,
which is
that
great. It's insanely good.
that opens up so, like, Matt, we would not be playing with each other without that.
Correct.
Like,
However-
that's just a fact.
Other games with lower budgets that have crossplay don't have these problems.
We are not comparing them to other games.
I
We're
think it's
comparing
fair
them
to
Call of
compare-
I think
Duty.
it's fair to say
a-
that a game that is the most successful Call of Duty in history, with one of the highest budgets in the franchise, should not have problems that $15, $10, $5 indie games don't have.
I would agree. Splitgate is free to play. It doesn't even have these problems.
You cannot
Yeah,
sit
but you
here and
gotta
tell
sit
me
in
it
the
is
queue for it.
unfair.
Fortnite. I mean,
You cannot say it's
Okay, Fortnite
unfair
is like one
to
of the most
compare
successful
Call
games
of
of all
Duty to a
time.
$10 game.
but it had crossplay before everyone even gave a shit about it.
Yeah, it did have crossplay. And guess what? No one sat here and went, Fortnite's crossplay is a nice thought, it's a good concept, but you can't play together. Modern
Yeah,
Warfare,
I mean, I had never had problems.
even
with
if it was
but
same console,
we're
even if
comparing
it's
this.
same console, still connectivity issues.
Yeah.
We're comparing this to other Call of Duties.
Correct.
And in that comparison, it is the first one of these to have cross-platform, which was a major
Except they didn't
innovation.
do it very well.
Okay. And, Cold War also has the same problems.
Yeah, but not as bad.
And Cold
Still
War, I think,
something
is just a
bad.
worse game.
But, like, what you guys forget is that Modern Warfare had two major innovations when it comes to Call of Duty, and that is cross-platform and the gunsmith, and for those alone, it's a B tier game.
Like, I think C is the lowest that Modern Warfare can go. I'm fine with it being there. If you want to put it to B, we can put it B.
I don't
It
want
is
to
a
put
B
it in B.
tier. It is a
Like,
B
I'm
tier.
fine putting it above Call of Duty 3 in B tier. That's
There's
fine.
a lot of problems in the game
There are a lot of problems in the
that
game.
I
A lot
really,
of them
really don't
derive
like.
from
Bro,
playstyle.
okay, hold on.
But there's nothing
5 minutes
definitively
ago.
broken about the game itself.
Okay, hold on. 5 minutes ago, we were talking about World War II,
Yeah.
You mean an
and
F
Nick
tier
would
and a low D tier map a
Nick
game?
Nick would not listen to us when it came to the connectivity issues,
Mm-hmm.
where you weren't even able to play.
Because
the game.
I played
But
I
now
played
when
World
it's
War II
now
more than both of you, and I didn't have these
now
issues.
when it's convenient, I got to like prestige level 6 on World War II.
Okay, then I did not play that game that much then.
Yeah, suck my fucking
Yeah.
ass.
That's on you, man.
Like, I think that Modern Warfare
I had
overall is the
fun
B.
playing World War II, even though the game was ass. When I was able to play it, there would be times where it would take me 30 minutes to an hour just to get in a lobby with all my friends. We'd be sitting in a Discord, seeing, oh, who's gonna get in first.
You mean just like Modern Warfare?
Modern Warfare wasn't even that.
How
bad. It would
many
be like
times did we have
it
to
w-
dashboard, dude?
you dashboard once and it's fixed. World War
Until
II,
20 minutes later, you have to dashboard again.
I don't care. At least I can get a match in. World War II, it would take you an hour just to get a game in.
Yeah, but World War II fucking sucks. It's at the bottom of D. We're talking about C to B right now.
Yes, but I'm saying there are a lot of things like in this argument that you completely disregarded when it came to World War II, and then now when it's convenient for you to knock Modern Warfare 2 from B to C, or not Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2019 from B to C, you're using them. That's the point here.
I could use different things for Modern Warfare other than connectivity. That was just one of my issues.
What? Like what?
I hated
Go
the
ahead.
playstyle. I hated the maps. I did
Yeah,
not like that Dead Silence was
Matt and I
not a
both like
perk.
the playstyle, and so
I
we're
do
just
enjoy
out
the
here
game.
there.
I do enjoy the playstyle. You can't
Mechanics and
control, like,
playstyle is different. I like the mechanics. I do not
the
like the
mechanics of the game
playstyle.
is great. The play
Matt
style
and I
as a
also
whole,
both
you
like the playstyle.
can't control the play style of the players.
You can if you
right?
change perks.
Not
Making
really.
The perks themselves weren't broken.
making Ghost, where you could sit still and still be covered by the radar, and plus the radar wasn't always on like every other Call of Duty, was a disaster.
I mean, I didn't have any problems with Ghost
It
as a
was
whole.
Yeah,
so
I really
fucking
didn't have
As a
any
slow.
perk,
problems.
I never had any
I
problems with
never
Ghost.
had any problems with it.
People would
I
just
never thought Ghost
people
was
would
broken.
Play
just
the
get
objective, and
scared.
people would have to run.
People would just be scared, sit in buildings, and that's it. It was the
No,
slowest Call
That
of
is
Duty ever.
That's fine. I don't
Ever.
need Call of Duty to be super fast.
Nick on low SBMM type beat.
Like, I'm
Our stats were
fine.
pretty much the same.
I'm
Yeah,
fine
that
with
was
a
the
slow
joke,
game.
moron.
I can play a slow game. I can play a fast game.
Especially
It's okay.
if you're playing Search and Destroy, playing a slow game is perfectly fine. I like playing the objective. I like playing a game that makes you actually be a little bit strategic instead of just bum rushing a point.
Oh well, Search is different, I think.
Yes, but I mean, sure, but like,
But the thing is, since I enjoy Search a lot, and the fact that they found the
Search is
ability
the most played
to,
game mode.
for a large amount of maps, actually extend that Search and Destroy style of use your brain, at least 2 of your brain cells, 1%, to other maps, was nice. I liked having the ability to actually think on Shoot House and actually take different routes. I like being able to basically hop over the entire middle in order to get from A to B and not get shot by a sniper who just sits on a wall and aims down the one middle alley. It was nice to be able to use my brain and be able to outthink people, because I'm not a good like shooter on the sticks. I'm not a good shooter. But I can outthink people, and the ability for Modern Warfare that gave to smarter but technically worse players to actually be competitive compared to other CODs was so refreshing.
But the difference between that is when people were not smart and they were brain dead camping, that was the issue.
Throw a grenade.
Except EOD wouldn't let them die.
Then you know they're there and they're hurt, and then you hit them with one bullet. When you hit them with a
And then they
grenade,
sit
you know
in the
what
corner
corner
with the
they're in.
725. You turn the corner and you get blasted.
You did that!
You did that!
Exactly. I took advantage of the system. Fuck that game.
Well, there you go.
you take advantage of every system in Call of Duty.
I will say this
You're
about
looking at a lot of these.
I will
You want
say
to talk
this about
about you
Modern
want to talk
Warfare.
about broken game?
gonna
You got
be-
a broken game at the top of A.
I'm gonna be
How does it
positive.
feel?
I'm gonna be positive about Modern Warfare for a second. I like the gunplay.
Yeah.
I like the gunsmith system. The voice chat system was very good when it worked, which was usually, especially in Search and Destroy, where you could actually shit talk and they got kicked out of the game like Cold War. The memories. It was a very iconic game. We played a lot. We had fun. It made viewership online was insane for Modern Warfare. The highest it's been in years. It's just the actual systems and the game itself I'm just not a big fan of.
So, but what I'm hearing is you are outnumbered 2-1.
Matt said he doesn't care if it goes to C.
I don't mind if it's C, but if like my personal preference gets to go through, it's a B game.
Yes.
So
Matt
I'll put
is
it.
the
I'll put it
deciding
low
vote
B
here.
then. I'll put it low B.
I put it above
Put it
COD 3.
above COD.
Well, I
3.
didn't play COD 3, so I don't care.
So put it above COD 3.
Yeah, put it above COD 3. There you go.
Cold War.
Do you want to do Warzone before
D.
Cold War since it's right there?
Yes.
Okay.
I also, if we're doing them in the order they came out in, technically Warzone should be ahead.
Warzone is exactly the same as Modern Warfare.
Right
just
here,
bigger.
baby.
It's a C.
Right here, baby.
I think
No,
I think
right
actually I think to be fair, I think Warzone is C.
I think
I
Warzone
think Warzone
straight
should
up.
be higher than Modern Warfare.
It should not.
Absolutely
Under no
not.
circumstance.
I think Warzone is a D.
Warzone.
I think
It's
it's
not a
top
D.
of D. Just because
better than
the anti-cheat,
hate
the
Warzone.
anti-cheat is fucking insane. That there's no anti-cheat 2
There's
years
no
into the game.
anti-cheat in actual Call of Duty. There's no anti-cheat.
Yeah, but people
in
have
Cold
to
War.
pay for that. Your cheaters aren't going to spend $60 to cheat in multiplayer. They get a free-to-play game. They cheat, they get banned, they make a new account. And they don't even get banned in the first place.
The reason that I will
There's
say
no reason it should be a D tier game, man.
it's not D.
No reason. Like
it is a C tier game. It is C.
I think it's
straight up.
higher.
It is C. The reason why is because Modern Warfare, right? Great game, great bones to build off of. I think the Battle Royale portion is fun. I think a lot of the game modes they have outside of Resurgence, Plunder, and Normal, every other game mode they have tried to do with Warzone kind of sucks. And has been awful.
Yes.
And not fun.
Because it's a Battle Royale.
Yes.
The events have been lackluster.
The events, we all
the events
did the
have been
Cold
boring.
War event. We all did the Cold War event.
Boring.
And it started out exciting, and then it said go, and then
just ended.
It was terrible.
And then just ended.
Well,
it went from start to finish in 2 minutes.
Okay, those events lasted for like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at Fortnite's events, and that shit is fucking crazy.
Look at Fortnite. You want to talk about Travis Scott? Is that what you want to do?
It brought eyes, that's for sure.
Maybe,
it was actually eventful.
The Ariana Grande Fortnite concert was better than Warzone's Cold War reveal.
Oh my god.
It straight up was. In terms of like the imagery, in terms of the effort put in.
The game has been out for 2 years. And the map is virtually identical to what it was 2 years ago.
They have other maps for you to play.
Rebirth doesn't count, man.
And Rebirth is the same map as it was when it first came out.
Yeah, and they haven't changed Rebirth at all.
They haven't changed Rebirth. It's just brighter.
It counts as a different map.
No, it's just there's 2 maps in the game. There's 2 maps.
There's free-to-play BR games out there that change like the entire map every 3 months. And we are on the same map for 2 years. And regardless of all the problems and everything else.
My point is I like the game. I like the structure of the game. I like the bones it is built
I think
off
it could
of.
be a really good BR game. I think that the mechanics, Modern Warfare, I said the gunplay is very good. It uses its engine.
Yeah.
The map isn't bad. It's just a little bit played out, in my opinion. I think it needed a pretty big change like a couple of months ago, and it's still the same.
Yeah. I think the lack of addition to Warzone what hurts it, because it feels stale, right?
And I also think my big problem with Ghost in Modern Warfare is even more prevalent in Warzone.
Yeah, I mean, like, coming from your side, where you like hated Ghost, all the perks are virtually unchanged.
Yeah.
Like outside of like 3, but that's just because like the kill streak one just makes it so you find more kill streaks. But it doesn't like tell you how much it increases your chances.
And
You can do it more.
And even if you got 3 UAVs, you still can't see somebody on the map with Ghost. You would
You
have to get
can.
an advanced. No, you have to get an advanced.
Oh,
3
no,
UAVs is advanced.
Yeah,
3
but I think it's
UAVs.
different.
No,
No.
you see everyone.
You do see everyone.
I thought it was different. I heard it was different.
No.
No.
I don't know who told you that, but they were
It was a
incorrect.
YouTube
If you
video.
get,
I think it was Jeff.
well, Jeff, dumb, don't know UAV.
Jeff doesn't even play the game anymore, so I don't know.
But like my whole point is, the game itself is fun and good. It's just the fact that when you are making a battle royale, right, you have to kind of freshen the game up more than once every 2 years. And if your big change is we're gonna give you the same map but brighter this
More
time,
colors. So now you really can't see anything.
And the addition of brighter colors meant if you looked in one direction of the map, you were completely blind because of the sun rays.
Yeah.
The sun literally prevented you from being good at the game because you couldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
If someone was above you, you were dead. No matter what, because you can't see them. You can't see their bullets, you can't see their body, you can't see anything about them. You just look up, see sun, get blinded, die. That's not fun.
I'm also not the biggest fan of Warzone. I would honestly say at the core of it, it could be a very good, probably one of the best BRs out there. Or maybe the best. Maybe even the best.
Straight up could be the best.
But the lack of change, the mechanics in the game itself, not the gunplay, but the perks and everything, basically the same problems of Modern Warfare. The cheating.
The cheating is terrible.
I don't really run into that many cheaters, to be quite
Do you
honest.
remember when we were in Stadium when it first came out, and not once, not twice, but 3 times we were killed by dudes who were under the stadium because they laid down outside and could get under the map?
Yeah.
I'm not even remembering the time in prison where a dude was under the map killing us.
That really pissed me off.
The fact
the
to go back,
problems have occurred in a lot of other Call of Duty games.
When was the last time you went under the map in a game and killed the whole team?
You can go under the map in Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4 fucking sucks. It's the worst game.
Yes, but that is a relatively recent game in which it also happened.
Well, if you want to put that in the same category, then I'll put Warzone in F.
You asked me a question, I answered your question.
The point being is that
why do we let Nick be in control here?
You have to remember, right? I think Warzone as a whole is straight up C. I think it's better than Advanced Warfare because I think Modern Warfare is better than Advanced Warfare. I think is the highest C game that we have on the table here. I think that the problems with the game, it could be an S. It literally could be S tier because it is a different style of game. It is unique to Call of Duty on the franchise because nobody loved 4 and Black Ops 4, so that BR doesn't count. So Warzone is entirely unique to the franchise. It's a new addition. It's actually a fun bone structure. The gunplay is fantastic. The map of Verdansk and Rebirth Island are good, but the fact that nothing has been added, the fact that it has become stale, is why that game, and as well as the glitches, the exploits, the cheats, all of that hold it back so much from being a better game.
I would agree. I would probably have it. I think at the core, like I said, it's good. I have the same issues you do. I have a little bit stronger feelings for the issues. That's why I initially put it at the top of D, but I'm okay with C.
Yeah, I think it's a C game.
C. David, are you seething over there?
Warzone single-handedly brought Call of Duty back into the limelight as the most watched game.
And that's why it's not in D.
I think that if you are a fan of the Call of Duty franchise, Warzone saved it. more than anything else could. It is the only reason Call of Duty is even talked about anymore.
I think it's fair to say that
and
Modern Warfare did a lot of the legwork for Warzone.
I really don't think
I think
so.
if Modern Warfare,
Hey, what engine does Warzone use?
It was the same engine, sure.
What
but
gunplay does
I
will
use?
Oh god.
Matt, people are not logging on to Twitch to watch these massive streamers play Modern Warfare.
Search and destroy, yes.
They were.
Occasionally, sure, but you're
They-
watching guys like Nick Merckx get millions of subscribers and break these records playing mainly Warzone.
That he has now moved on from.
He's
Because he
moved
no
on
longer
from it.
enjoys the game.
Because the game sucks.
He's
'Cause he
moved
hates the
on
game.
from it, and his viewership has dropped 3/4.
He had 50,000 viewers the other day.
His viewership used to be 250K easily.
On an event, maybe. You don't get 250K.
No,
and
you don't get
you do
250.
not get 250 on
You
Twitch
would.
consistently.
You would.
Absolutely
You
not.
would. You would. Back in the day, yeah.
Back in the day. What is back in the day? Last week?
Maybe during an event. Maybe.
No, it was rather consistently.
I don't agree.
It's just
Listen, Modern Warfare was dying when it first came out. It had no, like I said, the maps were bad. There was not a lot of content in Modern Warfare for the first couple of months. People started not to care about Modern Warfare. And then Warzone came out and Call of Duty blew up. I agree. But at its core, there's a lot of problems that can't be ignored, and it can't be higher than C. Until they fix those problems, if they ever do.
I would like to point out that based on Twitch tracker, Nick Merckx has had a 46.5% viewership gain from last month, and he doesn't play Warzone
Let's
anymore.
go.
from
Fuck
last
Warzone.
month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he stopped playing within the last month.
yeah.
That's-
People started playing like 2 weeks
We're-
ago, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
people like. This is
His
just like
viewership has gone up. Like, if you're gonna use the viewership of Nick Merckx, I'm gonna
okay.
use the viewership of Nick Merckx.
Here's the
It's
thing:
on-
we're
it's
not
on
we're
up.
not talking about the peak of the game anymore.
No, and that's why I'm saying it's a C game. You're using the
we're
peak
not-
of the
we're
game and
not-
viewership to tell me that
we're
the game
not-
is A tier.
We're not comparing. You're comparing last month, which is not the peak of the game, to this month.
But you're saying, well, if he got all of his viewership,
Well, he stopped
He's
playing
getting-
the game. I think that's the main
yeah, he
point.
stopped playing
He
games,
stopped
viewership
playing and
go
got
up.
more views.
That is
Yes,
the point I'm making.
2 years after the game came out, or a year and a half after the game came out. If
For
you
a
want to
live
talk about
service
these,
game?
Yeah, for a live
yeah,
service.
you want to talk about Cold Wars, because I know Nick is gonna put it fucking ahead.
Nobody gives
I
a shit
think
about
Cold War's the
Cold
worst
War.
game. Yeah, Cold War. Cold War is not an F; it's a D.
Nick thinks Cold War is better than Warzone.
I
which is
would have
absolutely
Cold
ridiculous.
War at the top. I would have Cold War above Modern Warfare.
You're a fucking idiot.
But it would be
Like,
right
that's just
next to
ridiculous.
each other.
No, that's just ridiculous.
I think Cold War. We'll just
Cold
move on
War
to
is a
Cold
D
War
tier
here.
game.
I would
Cold
have
War is a
yeah,
D tier game.
Cold
I
War's
would have
D.
Cold
Cold
War
War is
in
a
C.
D tier game. You are outvoted here.
Yeah, Cold War.
That's just
Like
it.
Cold War had so many good things going for it. It had the backing of both Warzone and Modern Warfare to come off of. It had the Black Ops name, which it had so much behind it.
Which is just
It
abused
had
and
a
sucked.
really, really interesting idea for a campaign. It had a nice setting to return to that they've already done well with. It had so many good things going for it. The marketing was okay. It wasn't the best marketing that COD has done. But like the Warzone event, like we mentioned with Warzone, it was cool and exciting until you did it. But it was still exciting, right? And so my problem with Cold War is we went from multiple years kind of a good system that was revitalized in Modern Warfare straight to a game where the stoner, which I ran
I
permanently
fucking hate the fucking stuff.
from day one and
Put it in
still
D.
now,
I see you
still
moving it up.
now
Put it in D.
is just objectively the best gun in the game.
Put it in D.
I was floating back and forth actually.
Put it in D.
I
is
need
a
to make
D.
I need to make my points.
You can make your
You
case.
can make your points. You're completely outnumbered.
Go ahead. Try
I
to
th-
convince me.
I think Cold War is a very balanced mid game. I think
No.
there's nothing necessarily terrible about it, but I think there's nothing great about it. which is why I
No.
think it should be middle of the road C.
The maps are terrible. The gunplay is horrible.
The maps are
The-
better than Modern Warfare's at launch.
Incorrect.
Launch, sure.
Launch.
That-
We're not
that's-
comparing launch. We're
But
comparing
like
every DLC
at
up to
right
this
now,
point.
The
at
game's
right
life cycle's
now,
not over.
We're not
it
comparing the
basically
potential
is.
maps. Like
As of today, as of
Vanguard,
right
Vanguard
now,
comes
they
out
are
in what, 3
preparing
months?
to launch Vanguard,
Yes.
which means that Cold War is dead.
Cold War got shot in the head like Lenny of Mice and Men, and that's the fitting end to the shittiest
problem
game I've
is-
played in the last
Well,
4 years.
problem is-
Nobody cares about Cold War.
Nobody
The
gives a
viewership was
shit.
very bad. The voice chat system in Search and Destroy was terrible. You
Terrible.
couldn't talk shit. You couldn't get content. And nobody played the game because of that.
The
Yeah.
best part of Cold War was League play, and that's because it banned most of the overpowered shit.
The guns were
That's
floaty.
it.
The guns were floaty.
Very. There was
The-
no weight.
I liked the movement
Yeah.
more because it was a bit faster. I liked the mini-map more because it actually was on. I think the maps...
The minimap was on in Modern Warfare. What are you talking
If you
about?
shoot, you pop up. What are you talking about?
in Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
The map
It's
in Mon-
always been that
the
way.
mini-map
If
in
you
Modern
shoot
Warfare
on
was
the
different.
mini-map in
The
Modern
map-
War, no, it's
the map
not.
in Modern
No,
Warfare was different.
no, literally
It
no.
was
If you
different.
shoot
It
on the
is the
map,
same
if
thing.
you shoot on the
Would
map,
you like to
you
load up the game with me?
Go play Modern
And
Warfare.
shoot an
Go-
unsilenced
go
weapon.
load
play-
it up
go-
right now.
go play
hop in the
Modern
game
Warfare.
and
Right
shoot.
now.
You
Go
will
play
pop up.
Modern
and I will
Warfare,
shoot an
and then go
unsilenced
load
weapon.
up an old Call of Duty, and you will see the map is different. I guarantee you. The map is different.
You're saying that the map is
The
different?
map is different because you
The
can change
minimap
it from a
is
circle
different.
to a square.
Okay, how is it different?
The
In
dots
what
are
way
different.
specifically? How? Okay, so the dots are a
can't-
dot.
No, the dots are not a different shade of red, Matt.
I mean, they are a different shade, but
If anything,
Probably is.
Modern Warfare helps you because the dots have an arrow up or down if they're above or below you.
that's true.
Like, I
As
really
opposed to
don't understand what
Older
you're
Call
trying
of
to
Duties,
say here.
older
I'm
Call
pretty
of
sure they
Duties are
only
just a
turns on.
solid red dot. If
It-
Call of
no, it's
older Call of
off.
Duties, the red dot was just static red dot, and it faded in and out based on the recency of the shot, not the loudness, just how recent the shot was fired. It, of course, barring suppressors where you don't show up on the map. But in Modern Warfare, it shows up or down. Older Call of Duties did not do that. It was just a flat circle, so you knew that they were on that side of the map, but you didn't know if they were your level, above you, or below you.
Yeah, and if
Modern Warfare does indicate above or below.
Maybe you should get
And
some
if you're
ears
fine-
then, pussy.
Well, I'm just saying,
weren't you
like,
the
if
same dude complaining about Ghost? Get some ears. Yeah, use that same response to yourself, moron.
like the
Put it
point
in
is
D.
right.
Put it in D right now. I see it sitting in C.
I'm not done
and
making my
Put it in
point.
D. Put it in D.
I-
But-
You can put it in D
I-
until you make your point. If
I
we
was-
change our minds,
I was
we'll move it.
I was
Put
flipping
it in
them
D.
around.
As of right now, it's in D. Leave it there.
What else you
Oh,
got
wait,
other
okay.
than the nonsensical minimap
Like I
argument that's really dumb?
like I said,
Ghost is ahead of Cold War.
absolutely not. Like I said,
Absolutely it is.
like I said, there's nothing terrible about Cold War other than the fact that nobody gives a shit about it anymore. The
Which-
multiplayer is fine.
Eh,
The campaign, from what I played, I didn't finish it, was fine. I would say objectively, the zombies is good.
No.
I would
No.
say it's definitely not even close to Black Ops 1, 2, or 3.
It's not good.
But I would say it is fourth.
I would say
It's definitely better than Spec Ops.
yeah, but I'm saying as comparative to other zombies, it's so boring.
It's better than Black Ops 4.
Yeah,
Awful.
but like that's literally the worst entry of the series.
I think all of the maps, besides Firebase BZ, because I really didn't care about Firebase Z, but
Firebase-
apparently that was a good map. I didn't play it that much. I think the maps are good. They're not great, but I think they're all just collectively good.
I think that they're very boring and uninspired.
I don't like the actual zombie system itself. I don't like
No,
spawning
which is a
in
huge
with
part.
I don't like spawning in with a loadout. I don't like the 3-pack-a-punch. I like Black Ops 3 system much more. But it is certainly better than Black Ops 4 system.
Yeah, which is why it's in D and not F.
Like I said,
But, like-
I thought the multiplayer was fine. I thought it was fun. I
It
liked
was
the
not.
movement. The movement
It
was
was not.
fast.
Again, like my biggest problem was coming off of Modern Warfare because it's so hard to not sit here and go, well, compared to Modern Warfare, because the games came out so close to each other. Because Modern Warfare, because of Warzone, was still mid-life cycle and got content updates post Cold War launch.
I think it's still getting updates.
It is.
Yeah, they just added a
Warzone,
pistol, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is still getting updated in Cold War's life cycle.
I think they added an SMG.
I think Cold War was. I think Cold War was doomed once they didn't change this the what's it called? The engine of Warzone to Cold War. I
That's
think
not the reason why.
it was
That's not-
doomed because it gave people no reason to play Cold War after Warzone system stayed the same.
I disagree
If
with
Cold
like
War
the
was a
engine
good
being the
game,
difference.
people would have played it.
If Cold War was a
Cold War
good
was a good
game,
game,
people would have played
People
it.
play Warzone and it's not a good game.
Warzone
I have more fun
is
playing
a
Warzone than I do Cold
fun
War.
game. It is a good game. It's not a great game. It's not an elite game. It's not a greatest of all time
Warzone's
game. It is
gunplay
a
is fun.
good, enjoyable game.
Warzone's
I
gunplay is good because
problem.
of Modern Warfare.
That doesn't matter.
But
That
you
really
have
doesn't
to
matter.
see
You're
here.
talking about Black Ops 3 zombies
You're saying
being the best of all time.
Okay,
The maps are from 1 and 2.
Yeah, here's the problem, right?
The original
You
maps
sit
are
here
good
and
too.
you said that Cold War was doomed because it didn't change engines from MW, right?
Well, it gave people no reason to play Warzone. To
Okay,
play Cold War
so
from Warzone.
If
Cold War was a good game, people
Warzone,
would've played it.
if Warzone is good because of the gunplay and the engine of Modern Warfare, therefore the gunplay and engine of Cold War should be good as well. But it's not.
But people didn't care about Modern Warfare
Because
either when
people
Cold
cared
War
about Modern
came
Warfare.
out because everyone gave a
No.
shit about Warzone.
Yes, because of the skeleton of Modern Warfare.
Warzone should be higher if that's your argument.
I would say Cold War
The
goes
reason
low C.
the reason nobody gives a shit about Cold War is because it's not a good or fun game.
Cold War
It's
should
that
be
simple.
below
I think
Call
it's
of Duty
I
Ghosts.
think it's just an average
Cold War-
middle of the road game. I don't think it
Cold
does
War-
anything terribly. I think it does
doesn't
everything
do anything
okay.
right.
It doesn't do anything wrong.
There is
Doesn't do anything right.
It doesn't do
there is
anything
no-
wrong
there's
though.
no
wrong.
redeeming quality of the game.
There's a lot of
There's
things
no-
wrong.
The most fun I had in Cold War was collecting retro arcade games in the campaign.
That was fun.
That was it. That was the highlight of my Cold War experience.
The
was
most
playing
fun
retro arcade games I could get
Yeah.
on my phone for free.
The most fun I had in Cold War was playing a game mode which intentionally blocked out over half of the content Cold War came out with because it was broken.
You mean the same argument made for Black Ops 3 to put it in B?
I made that argument for Black Ops 3 because it was something that helped save the multiplayer. Cold War's only redeeming quality was the fact that the professional players were able to ban the right weapons. Black Ops had other stuff. Cold War has nothing.
What do you
Again,
mean has
I
Put it in
Cold War is
D
a
below
game.
Ghosts.
It's
I
definitely
think-
not worse than Ghost. I refuse.
It's worse than Ghosts.
It's not worse than Ghost. Ghost
It's
has
worse
no
than Ghost.
redeeming qualities.
Matt, is it worse than Ghosts or not?
Ghost
You're the
has
deciding vote.
no redeeming qualities
Nick,
except for
shut the
a
fuck up.
dog.
Shut the
Except for
fuck
a
up.
fucking dog.
Nick, shut the fuck up.
A
Matt
dog.
is the deciding vote. Matt, shut the fuck up.
A dog.
Matt is the deciding vote. Matt is the deciding vote.
A dog.
Matt, you pick.
The more you're saying dog, the more I am leaning towards Ghost just because I like dogs.
You don't know
But-
anything else about that game except the dog.
I played it. I completed the campaign. I remember.
And it was shit.
It was okay. It wasn't shit.
Nick!
It was okay.
Can
And
you
it
shut
was
the
shit.
fuck up while he's talking?
It was okay.
He wasn't
Please.
talking, actually.
He was.
It was.
He wasn't.
He was
I think,
talking about the campaign and you just interrupted him.
I
Shut
think
the
it was-
fuck up. Let
Fuck
him
you,
talk.
David. Fuck you.
the campaign of Ghost was okay. The campaign of Cold War was also okay, right? So the neutral, like on those grounds, neutral game. I think based on the fact that Cold War just felt so lifeless in every possible way, makes it worse than Ghost. Because it is unlike every other Call of Duty game. It feels weightless. It is a universe without gravity. A machine gun feels like a toy. A machete feels like a toy. A pistol feels like a toy. Everything felt light. Every single human being in that game felt like a video game character because it was just light. This is an FPS. It is a first-person shooter. It is a game built around war. You should feel weight. When I shoot a gun, it should sound like a gun. It should feel powerful. Cold War does not do that. At least Ghosts, its higher caliber rifles, feel like I'm shooting a higher caliber rifle. Cold War straight up doesn't do that with any gun.
Am I allowed?
It's D. It is better than World War II by far because World War II is an F game. I think Ghosts and Cold War belong in D, and I believe that Cold War is worse than Ghosts.
Thank you.
I don't agree.
I know. I gather.
You also didn't talk about the third mode in Ghosts.
Hey, what about Extinction? It is the same as Outbreak and Zombies.
Yeah, Outbreak fucking stinks. There's 3 other maps.
Yeah. Okay, and like the content in both, like the Extinction content and the Zombies content in Cold War are literally the exact same to me.
They are not.
I hated the Cold War They are. It's boring. It's repetitive. There is nothing interesting to be gained by the Cold War Zombies experience.
Did you even play the new map?
Yeah, we all played like every map together.
You didn't play Mauer de Toten yet, did you?
You want to know why? Because the game sucked so much.
You didn't play Mauer de Toten, right?
Cool. No,
it was the best map on the game.
Okay,
Great.
But one map isn't redeeming a game
One
mode
map
that is bound to fail.
Here's the thing. If I play a game, remember, if there's only one good thing, there are, like, again, the fucking baseball fucking map in Ghost is good. I like the map changes in that. That happened organically. I enjoy the ability to change the map while I was there in Ghost. That is something that doesn't exist in Cold War. It's so much more fun
to shoot down that tree and run up it like you're fucking Spider-Man.
Oh my god, grow up!
It was enjoyable.
Nick,
it was
you're the
fun.
one who won't admit
Grow
that
up.
other people have opinions and you're outnumbered.
Like,
Move it below
the thing
Ghost.
is, Ghost is better because it tried to do things. Some hit, some didn't. Cold War tried nothing new, and everything was bland, uninventive, and boring.
What did Ghosts do that Modern Warfare 3 didn't do?
Did Modern Warfare 3 have
a dog?
entire map changes?
What map changes? What happened in Ghosts?
I literally just mentioned you could level the entire fucking map in
You
Ghosts.
could knock down a tree?
Not just a tree. The whole fucking maps would change.
That's not true.
It would change the entire... It is! Go back and look at Ghosts! You can change how the map plays. You can change how the map looks.
He's an incognito because he didn't want us to find his Pornhub account, by the way.
True.
For
like,
them.
No, I just didn't feel like being logged into anything.
Triggered trap.
like you
Because he didn't want us to find his Pornhub account.
like the dynamic
What's going on,
maps,
guys? T-Mark
right,
here.
were really fun and interesting. It wasn't like Battlefield level where like entire skyscrapers would get wiped off the map, but it was an enjoyable thing that Call of Duty tried out, and some of that dynamic changes have been applied to other games, mostly in the campaign situation.
This looks fun.
But we haven't gotten to the change yet. Also, this is the Onslaught DLC map pack.
I have not seen the map change.
Well, maybe if you watch the video instead of skipping like quarters and quarters and quarters.
Well, I was sitting through it. It was nothing was happening.
Because he runs to the bomb and then shoots it.
It's called playing an objective.
All right, well, let's
Like
see.
the point stands, right? Ghost.
It didn't even happen.
Things. Ghost.
Fuck you,
tried things. Ghost tried things. Some things it did well. Some things it didn't. But I enjoyed it. It was good. I like when a Call of Duty game tries things.
That's a destructive we're talking about. He threw a grenade and he got a little cutscene and the thing opened.
No, I'm talking about the baseball stadium where the whole baseball stadium gets wiped out. But okay, if you don't want to...
What's it called? I don't know what it is.
I don't fucking remember the name of the map. Ghost was
because it sucked. Exactly.
The game being unmemorable doesn't mean that it didn't try things.
They didn't do it well. It hasn't been used in any Call of Duty since.
I think it did well for what they did. They didn't implement wide-changing things. They implemented, like...
Nick, will you please just admit you're outnumbered so we can move the fuck on?
It is...
You're telling me to grow up because I like shooting down a tree. yet you're the one who won't grow up. 2 out of 3 say it's below fucking
Ghosts.
Ghosts
Also,
is
Ghost had a
bad.
dog. Fuck you. Better game, more dogs. Simple.
Is it only because of the dogs?
No, it's literally for the
This
reasons
is
that
why,
I've outlined.
Matt. This is why I wanted you to host it, because you're at least more neutral.
All I'm saying is,
Move it down.
Cold War is below Ghosts, and
below
World War
Ghosts.
II is an F tier. It is the worst game. Those are the only changes I would make
You
to
think
this
it's
current tier.
wait? You think it's the worst game?
World War II is the worst Call of Duty game.
It's the worst Call of
I
Duty
don't
game.
agree. Worse than these two.
It's worse.
I
because it
played.
doesn't
I
function.
actually played these two.
It's worse.
Those functioned.
Did they?
I played Infinite Warfare, and it was actually pretty fun. It was an arcadey COD that knew exactly what it was.
I think, like I'm just saying, like at least Ghost tried something. It was like the first game where they actually like implemented unique customization things that changed, that were cool. They implemented, like we said earlier, the Snoop Dogg voice pack.
Snoop.
That's the best thing Call of Duty's ever added.
And like I said, they understood that Ghost wasn't a great game. They understood that it was a mediocre Call of Duty. So they used it to experiment. And some of the things were really good, some of the things were not.
And they
But
didn't use
Cold
any
War-
of them again.
But they use character customization with different operators moving forward instead of just having milsim. They took a lot of the ideas for how the movement could be implemented from campaign and how the stealth system
you could
functions
you
with
could
other
customize your operator in Black Ops 1.
Again, if you let me
Barely.
continue.
You could put face paint on.
And you could change the
Very-
outfit. You could
Very
literally change
cool.
the
I can
entire
make the
outfit.
face paint. Very cool.
Do you not remember getting the fucking ghillie suit and shit?
You could change the outfit, but you couldn't change which classes certain operators had.
Yes, you
That's
can.
Matt's point. No, you can't. You can't save.
You can in Ghost, you are correct.
You would have classes like
With the
1
same
through 5,
character.
and then 1 through 10 if you paid the fucking COD points or whatever they're called to get
which is
those.
dumb.
There was no paying in Black Ops.
No, the currency that
The
you would.
prestige shop?
No, you could spend the.
Oh, you
like,
could spend
the-
money. Yeah, the in-game money.
Yeah,
in-game
yeah,
money
the
for-
fucking shit you
for
get from
loadouts.
wager matches or whatever.
Yeah.
You could spend those to get more class slots, but even if you changed operators, you would have the same classes.
Yeah.
If you change operators and ghosts, you get an entire new 5 or 10
Operator
slots.
has it in a completely new loadout.
I don't remember that at all, I'll be honest.
Well, guess what?
Two of
this
us
is why-
do.
This is why the two people who remember the game
Put it above Cold
War.
War.
I
You
remember
wanna know
it
why? Because they're
being...
memorable things.
I remember it being the start of Call of Duty's fucking demise. Fuck both of you.
I don't care.
You're saying
Cold
Call
War
of Duty's
is
demise like it's dead, yet we're sitting here on a Saturday night and we've been on this call for 2 hours fucking arguing about it.
It was dead for
after
about 5
Matt and I
years.
played Warzone.
It was the start of Call of Duty's demise as we sit here in
Demise.
Call of Duty's current resurgence.
Yeah, resurgence.
It's too-
Nobody's even playing Warzone anymore. Get out of here.
We just were an hour ago.
More
I wasn't.
people, more people play Warzone, because we asked you to play Warzone and you literally said no.
You see these 4 or
For
5
the
games
record.
right here? You see these 5 games?
Sure. What about
They
them?
are all grouped together as the
And?
shit run in Call of Duty history.
Which Cold
And
War
yet,
is
Cold
included in?
War is worse than at least 2 of them. I'd say Cold War is worse than Infinite Warfare, but you guys would get on my ass for that. So
There is no redeeming quality of Infinite Warfare.
there's
Cold
no
War
redeeming
is
quality
worse
about
than
Cold
Ghost.
War.
Cold War,
World
like
War
I
II
said,
is an F.
Call
Move
of
it
Duty-
below Ghosts.
Cold
You are
War-
outnumbered
Cold
here.
War-
Ghost already.
What is
Cold
hard
War.
to get?
Can I
Let's move
speak?
on.
How about you
People
shut the
voted
fuck
yes.
up?
Go ahead.
How about
Go
you
ahead.
shut the
What-
fuck
go
up
ahead.
this time? Okay.
You're outnumbered, man.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What is it?
Like I said, Cold War does not do anything great. Maybe it doesn't even do anything good. But it doesn't do anything bad. That's why I think it's a middle of the road C tier map game.
So you told me to shut the fuck up. To tell us something you told us 15 minutes ago. We argued against, and both agreed it is below Ghosts.
Ghost did things
When-
badly.
And it also did things well.
My point is, it tried to do something new.
But it
Oh.
didn't
It tried.
work.
Oh my
It
god.
Call of
It did
Duty
work.
Ghosts gave us sliding.
It did work.
Nobody likes sliding.
I love the
You-
movement in Call of
You're
Duty
talking
Cold
about
War. A
movement in
game
Cold
that
War.
features sliding.
I would rather
Oh my
flop.
God.
You see these two
Oh
games
my
up here?
God. Oh my god.
You see these two games up here?
Oh
I'd rather have
my
flopping than sliding.
God.
That's why they're
Nick,
up here.
Nick,
You
you are
love-
outnumbered. You
I
are
think
outnumbered.
You
here.
are both incorrect.
It is that simple.
It also introduced.
Okay, well, it
winning,
doesn't
which has
matter what
appeared
you
in every-
think.
It also
This is a
introduced
majority.
winning, which is in every game since.
This is a majority. It doesn't matter if you could think we're both fucking Smurfs. I don't care.
Are you?
Put it below Ghosts.
You didn't answer.
It is that simple.
Are you Smurf?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm Papa Smurf, and that's why you listen to me, you little shit. Put
Well,
it below
now
Ghosts.
it's not getting moved.
It's getting moved.
Fine.
regardless.
I'll
Move
make
it.
my own fucking tier list.
Good
and
thing
put
nobody's gonna
my
see
own
it.
stream
Ha
on.
ha
I'll Matt, go check.
I also have OBS, you fool.
ha.
But like the point stands, like
Listen, I think both games are mid.
Ghost.
I don't think
introduced
either game is
things.
good. I really don't. But I think it's recency bias because you think that Cold War is not as good as Modern Warfare.
I think that Cold War.
played-
I think- I
played
think-
Ghosts
I think
a lot more.
I think if Ghosts came out in 2019 and Cold War came out in 2020, you wouldn't be thinking this.
I would still prefer
Ghost came out immediately after what? Modern
Black
Warfare
Ops
3,
2.
Black Ops 2?
And it sucked.
Dude,
Nobody
if you're-
liked
if you're
Ghost.
talking if you're talking about the comparison, it came after your favorite Call of Duty of all time. Why are you playing the comparison card as if that's gonna help you when it actually hurts you?
Here's- problem.
Hence why
Here's
it's
the problem.
down here.
You're
And that's
saying
up
that
here.
it is a recency
You
bias because I'm comparing it to Modern Warfare, except we're comparing it to Ghost. I have
Literally.
not mentioned Modern Warfare
But
in
you
this
think
conversation about
so
Cold War versus
lowly
Ghost.
of
Nobody's-
Cold War because Modern
Because
Warfare.
it is because
It's
it's
a bad
bland,
game.
game.
I don't
If
think
I
it's a
would
good
rather-
game, but I think
if
it's
I
better
would-
than
It is
Ghosts.
bland,
If I would
it is
rather go back
uninspired.
and play 2K with a month left in its life cycle than play Cold War, that's a bad game.
I would rather
It's a bad
play
game.
MLB The Show 07 than Cold War.
Okay,
Online.
That's a good game,
completely
though.
alone.
dog. Okay, but like hitting bombs with Miguel Cabrera, that sounds
Exactly.
kind of fire.
It's
Like,
goated, but no one plays it.
Old MLB The Show games are fucking great. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but no one plays it online right now.
Well,
I'd
'cause it's
rather
shut
sit
down.
here. I'd rather sit here right now in the pause off, the freeze off that I'm in MLB The Show with Chipper Jones walking around third base holding the ball than play Cold War. Because at least when I finish this, I'll get something worth my time.
When was the last time you played Ghost?
Like a year ago.
That's cap.
It's not cap. One of my friends has an Xbox 360 in her apartment, and I went over and we
Xbox
played.
360.
We played Strike Zone. We ran around with snipers, and I had a hell of a time.
How about you, Matt?
We played shot for
Last
shot,
time I played
and I
Ghost
won.
is the end of its life cycle.
Okay.
Which is probably sooner than the last time he's played Cold War. To be
Which is-
honest with you.
To be fair, like I played Ghost more than I played Cold War. You wanna know why? Because I enjoyed the game more. Because it did more things.
Nick, you are literally outnumbered here.
I have a
we
strong.
agreed on this.
I have a strong disliking to Call of Duty Ghosts.
That
I
does
cannot-
not matter.
We're
I
not
cannot
moving
put
it
it
up
in.
I
in the
cannot do it.
list. I
That
don't
does
give
not
a fuck.
matter.
We're literally just saying it is a D tier game. Agree. So is Cold War. Simple. We're not
Nick,
saying
that
They're wrong. I'm right.